Hey guys, this is Imran again with another 2-minute video series. Again, it's going to be an extended 2-minute video series because the topic that I'm trying to address here is related to again another working where we're going to try and record some video series for the candidates who can attend interviews. Right. So this one is related to job performance and how a candidate can answer questions related to the person's job performance in the past, current role, things like that, right? So it has like 4 different questions. I'll take one at a time, and we'll go over all the 4. Right? To begin with, job performance. The question the interviewer will ask is, what were your most significant accomplishments at your last job, right? And the way I'm going to answer this is threefold. Um, Reason why the interviewer is asking, what are the possible answers, and the third one, the most important one, is the tip. Job performance. The interviewer can ask a question, what were your most significant accomplishments at your last job? And the way I'm going to answer this is going to be threefold, which is going to talk about reasons, a possible answer, what all elements and variations and components you can add to it, and just a basic tip so that you can avoid any jargons around it. So the reason why the interviewer asked this question is basically the interviewer wants to know what are your great accomplishments, and it is a behavioral interview question, right? So there are a lot of interview questions. This one is predominantly named as a behavioral because here the interviewer is going to check how you answer it, what you think is really key, and what is that it is going to set you apart from the other quality candidates, right? So basically, this is to get a sense by the interviewer of the things that you've done and of the things that you really value, right? So that becomes your greatest accomplishment. Possible answers, you can include some variations of what are you most proud of, some biggest wins in your recent role. It could be the services, sales, whichever domain you are in. And then also you can pick up something that you did more above and beyond, more of extra mile and things like that, right? And then there is an example that I mentioned in the slide where you can read through it. One of the tip is the goal is you should write a few bullet points for each of your success stories, right? And a lot of the corporate world today call it as a STAR methodology, which is nothing but situation, task, approach, and result. So STAR is basically you pick up say 3 or 4 bullet points of things that you did in your past role. What was the situation? What is that you did from a task perspective? What approach did you follow? And following that approach, what was the result? So you should just build a tabular format and have it in your top of mind with the key themes. And then you need to portray it in a great way so that it doesn't sound scripted. So that's the question that the interviewer is asked, and hope to be able to answer that part of it. Job performance, what is the biggest failure you have had in your career? Why do you believe it was the biggest failure is another question that the interviewers will ask. And basically the reason why they ask this question is to understand how you answer this question. And it also kind of showcases what kind of a person you are, how much resiliency do you have, and how much of an ability do you have to handle failures, address them, and then convert them into a learning opportunity, right? So the possible answers is you will need to pick up a couple of specific failures. 1 or 2 will be great, and you need to kind of portray that as your story, and then you should end it up with focus on what you learned, right? Basically, don't start a story and then abruptly stop. You need to kind of close loop it on the things that you learned. Uh, One of the tip is interviewer understands that no one is perfect. So if an interviewer asks what are your challenges or what are things that you did not do really well, just don't say you were perfect, right? Because no one is perfect, as we all know. So basically, the objective of this question is how much of self-awareness do you have of your shortcomings, and whether you will learn from those missteps is what they are trying to understand. The other question is job performance. What were your 3 most important responsibilities in the last job? Here, the objective of the interviewer is to know what was your hands-on experience and skills that you achieved through your previous experience. Um, and, uh, and here you will need to focus on what your current or most recent role is, and why you think what are the experience and skills that you have achieved, and why you are attending this interview, and how does those skills and experience make you a great candidate for this job. Possible answers. You will need to describe your roles and responsibilities in the current job, and then you will need to kind of connect them to the job you are interviewing for, being interviewed for, right? The tip here is be descriptive and be engaging in the summary of the responsibilities. Connect the dots of how well you got into those skills and expertise and how you'll be able to contribute to the organization that you're applying for. Again, be very descriptive. Don't be too granular on the details and avoid company specific jargons specific to your organization, because probably the one that you're interviewing for will not have those jargons. The another question that may come up is, how have you added value to your job over time, right? Again, another job performance related question, because if you spend say 5 years, 10 years, obviously you've added a lot of value to the job over time. So the objective of the question here is for the interviewer to understand the value that you add to your company and how what you bring success to the operations and make you a valuable employee. And if that resonates really well with the vision and values of the current one that you're getting interviewed for, that will be a huge win, right? Some possible answers, so you can add some of these variations, like the values that you got added is good customer service, bring in more money from a sales perspective, improve the efficiency and productivity of the process and procedures. You save resources, your utilization at the team level, productivity improve, and then you are an expert in a specific task. You're a great team player and you reduce manager stress and workload. And most importantly, you solve problems and just not bring them up, right? So one of the tip is give example of the traits you share in common and how important it is for you to add to the culture. Connect the dots, like I said, of the things that you've learned and how will it be a value add to the organization that you're getting